Smithson is on the ground, bleeding profusely, pool of blood forming around him very quickly. A revolver lays just a foot away from his left hand, sitting against the wall. Will Scott is up with his hands like, oh.
Tate,
Goddamn, Birdie, you're quick.
cover the rear. I don't know if there's more of them.
You hear a woman screaming from outside. The door is still wide open.
Birdie, check your body. I'm gonna check outside real quick.
Hold on, man. We gotta.
And
Make
Tate
sure.
will go out the front door.
Birdie, while you're like looking around, you see a bullet hole in the bar behind you. Looks like the bullet went between the two of you.
All right, Birdie's gonna rush up and try to see if he can't stop the bleeding. See how badly Smithson's injured.
So you two are getting up to the door at the same time.
Probably.
Clay, right away, I mean, the both of you kind of are getting up about the same time. Your pistols drawn, up, ready. Smithson is done. There is no chance. You hit him with a 9 damage. This is, an old man. There is like blood splattered on the wall and door frame behind him. From the exit wound, you do see a hole where the bullet lodged into the wooden wall. And like there is just, not the largest entry wound, but you can tell the exit wound is pretty grotesque. His neck is kind of not quite as attached as it used to be. You kind of take a step over that, and you see a young woman with red hair standing in the street looking at the door. She's got her hands clutched on her chest, and she's like hyperventilating.
What? You okay, ma'am? Putting his pistol kind of down in front of him, another hand out, palm open. And he's going to make his way over toward
Is that Mr. Smithson? What happened? He was just walking, and then
That's a great question that we're still trying to figure out. Are you Peggy?
you hear like footsteps running, and from the side of a building, just a little bit down the street, you see Sheriff Garvey running with his hand on his revolver.
Tate will snap over and look at him. Sheriff Garvey!
He slows down when he sees you, but his hand is still firmly on the handle of his gun.
Birdie needs you inside. Smithson.
What?
Birdie needs you inside. It's Smithson.
Birdie's inside. What happened?
And Tate will kind of look over at Peggy and look back at him. I think it's better if Birdie tells you. Smithson came after us for some unknown reason, but...
Well, all right. He looks over at Peggy, and she looks at him but doesn't really say anything, and he nods his head and then runs over to the door.
And then Tate will go to pull Peggy off the side of the building.
Birdie, you're sitting there kind of seeing if you can do anything with Smithson. It's pretty obvious pretty quick that you can't.
Shit.
You hear that interaction going on outside, and then in comes Garvey. He runs up and then stops, slides on his heels just a little bit. Oh, what happened? Why? What?
Hey, Sheriff. So, short of it is, Tate, myself...
Will Scott cuts you off. He came in and just started shooting at us. What?
Yep. He came in with a gun, pointed at us, and pulled the trigger. Before he did that, I told him to freeze and lower the gun. He let a round fly, and I let one fly.
He looks down, raises his eyebrows. Well, I never knew Smithson to be a... He turns around and looks, and there's crowd gathering outside, and the door is still open. You mind grabbing the legs real quick? And he side-eyes the crowd.
Yeah, let's get him out of here.
You guys pull him back, and then he closes the door behind you and locks it.
Well, Sheriff, I think I got it in here for just now. Maybe you might want to go out there and calm that crowd down a bit.
Clay and Peggy are kind of toward the side of the building, like in the alleyway.
Yeah, trying to be out of the view of this gathering crowd. Your name's Peggy, right?
Most of the crowd has their attention directly, squarely on the door. You hear the interaction with Birdie and Garvey, and then you hear the door close and lock. You hear more folks congregating and like the whispers of, oh, what? Yeah, who are you? I'm
Peggy, my name's Tate Clay. I'm a federal investigator.
right. Yeah, my father had mentioned you'd stop by.
You heard about us?
Well, just he said that you wanted to talk. I figured I'd just come down and talk to you guys. What happened?
I need you to tell me what you just saw, Peggy. Did you see Smithson come up into that building?
She takes like a deep, swallow, and she's has her hands together, and she's kind of rubbing her thumbs on the top of her hands, very nervously. It's like a self-soothing body language. Well, I was walking from home down the street. Smithson stepped out of his shop, and he threw open the door, and I saw him go inside. He had, I don't know, he was walking a little funny, and then I heard two loud bangs and some yelling, and then I saw him fall, and he was bleeding.
When was the last time before this that you've seen Smithson?
Not that long ago.
Because we're here, Peggy, looking for your friend, Andrew.
Roll a psychology check.
13 under 30.
When you say that you're here looking for Andrew, you notice a expression in her face, a flutter in the way that her eyes are looking. Oh, well, what about him?
Do you know where he is?
Where he? No, I don't.
Or Cameron. I think we saw them together earlier, and we need to find both of them.
Well, what do you need with Cameron?
Peggy, I suspect you know about the going-ons around here, considering you took that journal earlier today.
She kind of blushes, and then you see her look down at her book bag, and then you notice the crowd is kind of starting to move in a way to be watching you guys.
Tate will pull her around towards the back of the building then.
Okay. Meanwhile,
It's the dangest thing, man. I was at the store, I was at Smithson's General Store earlier today. Bought some stuff, had a chat with them. Seemed like a kind and amicable fella. So I have no idea why now he would just come in, not say a word, and just start shooting the place up.
well, that is odd.
It don't add up at all. Now,
You wouldn't happen to think he stops and looks over at Will Scott, and then he kind of gets his arm up behind you to hey, let's go be a little quiet in the corner here.
I know what you're thinking. You're thinking Tate and I weren't the targets.
Well, no, maybe. Do you think he might be responsible for the deaths?
The MO don't add up. All the other ones were folks writing and stabbing themselves with a pen. He just came in here and tried to shoot us with a gun. So, in my limited experience, when folks set a pattern, they tend to stick with it. And this is definitely off the pattern. Now, you could explain it through all manner of, hey, maybe we panicked the timeline, or got too close, but it just, it's not vibing with me right now. I don't think.
Well, why would he want any of the three of you dead?
Well, I mean, that's the question. And he didn't look right. There was let's go on over and chat with Will Scott real quick, because I want to get his take on what he saw too.
Just then, you hear the back door open, and Clay and Peggy walk in through the bar.
Hey, Tate, you might want to join this conversation here too quick. We got to get a few things straight before we proceed.
And I got someone here that can give us good information. Birdie, why don't you guys finish the conversation down here really quick? I'm going to pull Peggy upstairs and pick her brain for some information.
Yeah, she probably shouldn't be in this room anyway, so yeah, we'll hold it down here. You can get on up.
You look
Tate.
over, she's like staring at Smithson with like really big wide eyes.
And Tate will go, Peggy, why don't you step upstairs and have a quick chat with me?
Yeah, okay. She gets up off the stool.
And we'll head up to Tate's room. He'll offer her a spot to sit.
She sits.
So Peggy, you're friends with Andrew and Cameron, aren't you?
Well, more so Cameron. But
So
I know Andrew, yeah.
you know where they are right now.
No, I don't.
Neither of them?
Roll another psychology check.
75 over 30. Fail.
No. I mean, I don't know where they are right now. I guess well, what do you need with Cameron?
Well, right now they're both suspect into all the suicides going around.
Oh,
Andrew's suspect number 1, but being their friends and all, guilty by association, you know?
well, you said you're an investigator?
Yeah, how about you tell me about what you know is going on
Well,
right now?
What happened to? She like gestures with her hand down toward like the stairs, and then.
I wish I could give you an answer.
Okay, well. Some time ago, I mean, Cameron's a good guy, okay, and well, Andrew had. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. He'd.
He'd what?
Well, he'd ask Cameron to do things he didn't want to do, and well, he's been. I don't know. He has this book, I guess.
A book?
Yeah, and he's been doing some kind of, well, like rituals, you know?
Tell me about these rituals.
Well, I don't know. I haven't seen them, but
And what was Cameron getting for him?
well, he didn't say exactly. Like a brush, like that type of stuff. And
Like personal items?
yes, but it's not because Andrew's holding something over him. I don't know. It's odd. And I mean, well, I'm sure I don't have to tell you, like the deaths aren't, well, like I knew Stephanie and Lillian. There's no way they would have done that to themselves.
Oh.
And
Speaking of Stephanie, why were you there taking her stuff away?
well, I think
The poems?
whatever
The journal.
Andrew's doing something that has to do with them, and we're trying to figure it out. And listen, I don't want.
As in you and Cameron?
Well, yes, Cameron and I. Well, and that's why it's downstairs. Like we tried to get help before, you know. Like I don't want Cameron to get in trouble.
What do you mean you tried to get help?
Well, we went to Deputy Smithson with.
You went to the deputy.
Yes, we told him Andrew was doing something, and well, the deputy confronted him, we think, and well, and ever since then, you know, Bruce down there's had memory issues. He didn't used to have that. There's been days I've gone in there to get something. I went back later on, and it's like I hadn't been there before. That happened around the same time that his son passed away.
Tate will start nodding to himself and kind of pace the room a little. Like, well, I can tell you, Peggy, that the more you and if we can find Cameron, no, and the more you help me with, I'm sure the better off it'll be for you and him.
Well, I'd actually asked. I told him that I was coming here, so I left him a note.
You left him a note?
Yeah, there's this spot we exchanged notes, and
Where do you exchange notes at?
It's a mailbox that's kind of buried in the woods.
And how long ago was this?
I don't know. Not terribly long before I came.
Do you think he would have replied yet?
He coulda. He may have.
That's probably our best bet of finding him.
Well,
Especially, God forbid, anything happened to him.
I let him know that I was meeting with some, investigators or whatever, and maybe you'd be worth talking to. I don't know. So,
well, if Cameron's got no reason to be worried, then I don't think he should be hiding from us,
Well, how do we know he's not, how do people get burned for this type of stuff? Whether or not I don't know.
That's if this type of stuff was normal, Peggy.
I don't want him to get hurt.
And the sooner I find him, and Andrew, the less likely his chances to get hurt.
Well, he might have replied that, we might be a good idea to check.
I say we go and check and see. Then we can try to find him.
Okay.
Let's head back downstairs quick.
Birdie and Garvey are still kind of talking to each other, talking to Will Scott. The two walk downstairs. You hear the stairs creak.
Well, I know that, folks are going to be hanging around, Garvey. You're going to have to go out there and kind of say something to them eventually. I mean, your town and all, right?
They'll get what they need when they get it.
Fair enough.
So, what? And then he notices you coming down.
Birdie?
Yep.
I say we both go check the Smithsons over here. And from what we find, we can figure out from there.
All right. Yeah, it seems like the next place to go. All right, Garvey, you cool with hanging out here holding the fort?
Yeah, that's fine. Will Scott, go ahead and sit down at the bar. Peggy, why don't you go ahead and join him? And then you guys go do the Smithsons. And then now we're resuming. I'm going to pause and hit.
It all happened pretty quick, okay? But let's just... What'd we see? Or what did Smithson look like when he came into you? Weren't no sneer on his face,
No, nothing like that.
It was just mostly almost like blank.
Yeah, why would he want any of us dead? I don't get it.
I met the man this morning. Nice fella. Bought some goods from his store.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
Nice fella. Bought some goods from his store.
Yeah. Yeah, didn't you were there too, I think, right?
I was chatting with him.
It doesn't make any sense. So the guy just decided on a whim? Well, that doesn't really track.
I'll tell you what, I think we got to check out his place.
You got a second, Birdie?
I do. Hey, can you guys kind of hold the fort here for a quick sec while my partner and I converse?
Garvey nods to you. Well, Scott, go ahead and take a seat at the bar.
Garvey, you mind watching Peggy too?
He looks over like, yeah, duh. Yeah.
Birdie's going to walk off to the side quick and converse with Tate in low voices.
So, when I was on my way back here, Birdie?
Yep.
It seemed like there were one or two places that Andrew could have went.
Okay.
One being here, the other one being Smithson's.
Well, I don't think he's here right now, so
I think
We
he went to
gotta check it.
Smithson's.
let's go check it out.
So whatever Smithson just did, it's something Andrew did to him.
Well, all right, possibly. Let's go check it out and see what we can find.
It's probably the best.
All right, Garvey, we got to head out. We're going to check the general store. We'll be back.
All right. Make it quick, if you wouldn't mind. So you guys,
Head to Smithson's.
do you walk out the front door or the back door?
Front door.
Back door. Birdie? Let's head out the back. There's a crowd in front.
All right. Yeah, we can go out the back. That's fine.
Smithson is still on the floor bleeding. There's a trail of blood where he was like dragged back, 10 feet or so from the door.
Birdie's going to replace the spent round in his revolver.
Tate would probably throw a tablecloth or of sorts over Smithson.
You guys walk out the back, behind the bar, through the door, through the little kitchen area and, food storage. Open the back door. It's getting kind of late in the day, right? You see the grass and the trees off in the distance. To your right is the back door of the Smithsons.
Let's go try it.
The back door is unlocked. In fact, it's already ajar a little bit.
But Birdie's going to have his pistol out.
Tate will too. Well, Tate will have his hand on it. He's going to wait for Birdie to push through the door.
Birdie's taking charge.
Yes.
Birdie, I imagine, pistol in, is he left-handed or right-handed?
He's left-handed.
Left-handed. He holds the pistol in his left hand, grabs the doorknob with his right. The door is already, slightly open. Pushes it the rest of the way. Gun up. It's dark inside, very dark. There's no candles lit and there's no natural light coming in. The door is to the, back entrance, like storage area for extra stock and wares. It's not very well filled, There's plenty of empty shelves or shelves that look like, a little glimmer of light from the door shines on some cobwebs. Looking down, you can see a couple boot prints, but then the rest of the building, is pretty dark.
Birdie's going to open the door up wide to let in more natural light, and he's going to make his way in. He's looking for the door that will let him into the general room of the main room of the general store.
It's right there in front of him to his left. It's a small little, back closet, you know what I mean? And then there's a door straight to the left, and then presumably you've been in the building before. That would be out to behind the counter, and then the rest of the shop.
Is that door open or closed?
It is open.
I think we'll move through and clear the building.
Absolutely.
Do you guys have any light sources you want to use?
So it's still kind of late. It's late in the day, right?
Yeah, it's pretty pink outside.
Okay.
The sun is setting.
Are there any candles on the walls? Or maybe a box of candles that the general store sells?
Yeah, there's candles. There's candlesticks here and there, the same way that there would be light bulbs here and there.
Tate will grab and light 2 candlesticks, giving one to Birdie.
Birdie's walking up with the candle out in front of him, holding the gun.
You strike a match, light the candle, use that candle to light the other, hand it to Birdie. Birdie, I'm assuming he takes it.
Yes.
When you light up the rest of the room, you have not seen this back area yet. It is pretty barren. There's certain things that are clearly restocked, but there's also a lot of things that aren't anymore. Those shelves are just empty. There's nothing on them anymore. It looks like there hasn't been in a long time. But things like the whiskey or some of the canned provisions have clearly been restocked relatively recently. However, the whiskey looks to have been recently lightened from that shelf.
So once we know that this building is clear of Andrew, so I think that's mainly what we're starting looking for. Tate wants to more particularly look for money and booze,
So,
or a lack thereof.
you walk into the main area, which again is not very big. It's like the size of a master bedroom or a living room, right? It's a small little general store. You're behind the counter, and these boot prints are continuing. Seems like here and there they'll stop or double back or walk back over here, over there, and then the kind of muddiness of them dissipates. Can the both of you roll up? So you clear the rest of the building. You don't see anybody in there. The front door is also left slightly open, and the cash register is also open. All of the coins are missing, but the cash remains. The whiskey on the shelf in the main store has also seemingly been pilfered.
Hey, you see this? No change, but all the bills left behind.
Yeah, Birdie, I think he's preparing for another ritual.
So he took the coins and the booze, and yeah, as you said before, he needs stuff like that to do with his little rituals, right?
Told you he's a witch, Birdie.
I mean, Tater's gone. Anyway, well, he ain't here.
Maybe
Let's go see where them muddy footprints went out.
Go ahead and roll if you're trying to determine where the boot prints went.
Yeah, after Birdie says that, Tate would want to try to track them.
Go ahead and roll a track.
Birdie rolled an 87 over 10. Fail.
44 under 50. Critical success.
So Clay is able to look at the mess of prints that are all over the place. Some of them have been disturbed, presumably by Smithson. And he's able to follow them back to the back door, and they seem to take a right toward the residential area. As you guys are doing that, you hear the door open a little bit. Hello?
Who was that?
Oh, is Smithson here?
Birdie's gonna look and see who's at the front door.
Somebody from the crowd outside is like walking in, and there's a woman kind of peeking behind him.
Hey, store's closed, folks.
Well, we heard something happened to him. Is he?
Yeah, store's closed. Kindly back up and close that on your way out.
Well, who are you?
Tate's gonna
Where's Smithson?
start ushering them out the front door.
They're like halfway in the front door. They're not like in the store yet.
He's still gonna
Ongoing investigation.
be pushing them back.
Investigation.
And shut the door.
Investigating. Lock it.
Yep. Flip
What?
the little sign to closed.
What now?
We're gonna go out back, and Tate's gonna kind of show Birdie where the boot prints are going.
Let's do that in character. All right, man. Well, I'm not making much sense of these prints here.
Well, you spent a lot of time tracking Birdie. You can figure it out. See, he went from over here, the register, spent a little bit of time marching around there, and then I think he went out the back door from there. And if you follow him that way, you can kind of see. It looks like they're going towards the residential. I think he's going to his house, Birdie.
You think you're going to his house, huh? Well, all right. We got to catch this kid. Good eye, Tate. All right.
Birdie, it might be best that you go that way. Maybe take the sheriff with you. When I was talking with Peggy up there, I think we can find Cameron. But I need her to bring me to the spot.
Okay, so you want us to split up. I'm going to take Garvey and go to the Will Scott's residence here.
See how these tracks go? And I can only guess that Andrew Wilscott's trying to get home.
All right.
Maybe he's got something there. I don't know.
Okay, Garvey and I can go there. You
But-
and Peggy are going to go where?
There's, I guess, this old mailbox tucked up in the tree line.
Okay, well, I feel like we're burning daylight, as they say, so, all right, you and Peggy go check out that mailbox. Garvey and I will check out the Will Scots, and where are we meeting?
This shouldn't take me much longer than you, so I'll probably meet you out at the Will Scots.
All right, if not at the Will Scots, I'm back at the inn.
Works for me. I'll go in the inn and grab him. Tate will make his way into the inn. Sheriff Garvey, Peggy.
Huh?
Garvey, if you don't mind, we think Andrew went to his house. If you don't mind assisting my partner, heading on down there, and Peggy's gonna take me to find Cameron.
Yeah, Garvey, you and I, let's go check out the Will Scots. We gotta stay on this while it's fresh.
All right. Dennis, you're going to stay here? Well, I mean, can I find my... Well, do I... Yeah. Do I have to? Yes, you do. I can handcuff you if you want. No, that's fine. So, okay, we're going to that thing I mentioned?
I'm following you.
And then she sees, these 4 grown men looking at her. All right, well, let's... and she starts going.
Tate will follow.
And Birdie and Garvey leave the hotel.
As soon as you guys get out, she seems a little bit more comfortable. So, and she starts walking toward the tree line through the grass. Where are you from?
Harrisburg.
Oh, that's in the East Coast, right?
You're pretty smart for living out here.
Well, I don't know. We have books out here,
I suppose you're right. You've been here your whole life?
Yeah, unfortunately.
I believe that. How
Yeah.
far we gotta go?
It's not that much further. You guys get to the tree line after several minutes of, she's trying to make small talk with you.
Tate will chat.
You get into the trees and she's kind of walking toward the, the south, like away from the residential area. You get to, it's starting to get kind of dark where it's difficult to see. And she reaches into her book bag and pulls out a lighter and gets it lit. Starts kind of digging around in some brush. And you see a red flag, rusty, worn. He has been here. Okay. She gets down, opens up a mailbox that's kind of underneath some stuff, and she instinctively puts the flag down, pulls it out, reads it. Oh, he did reply.
You do have your own little note spot?
Well, it's... I know where he is. There's a spot kind of behind the church our spot.
You have a spot behind the church?
Yeah, well, it's here. She hands you the note.
Tate will take it. Skim over it.
It just says, meet at our regular spot.
Frank, I had to pull some serious favors to get some of this. Your boss should have been able to get it all pretty easy. Yeah, I figured as much. Old man's changed, but I don't know, I can't figure it out. I seemed like a stand-up gent during the whole Tallahassee fiasco. Understanding, empathetic, but, he had a sharp instinct for this kind of stuff. I mean, it's a shame you had to go and burn those bridges. You might have been the one running things instead. You think I want more time behind a desk? All right. Valid. Yeah, maybe someday. I always thought I'd see your name on a placard before mine. Probably not. Chief Fontaine, I don't know, I don't like it. Doesn't sing to me the same way Special Agent does. I might grow on you someday. Don't knock it. Think you'd be good. You're right about him, though. He was a good man. He knows as well as you or I what kind of stuff gets crawling around. You know, speaking of special agents, you know a fella named I've met him a few times. Bit stiff. Always acts like he's your best friend. Why? So what's the move when we arrive? Figure a couple reporters from, I don't know, Chicago? You know enough about Chicago to make it convincing? Convincing enough for the folks we'll be talking to. Excuse me, sir. Yeah. We're two reporters from the Windy City Chronicle. Mind if we ask a few questions?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're looking into some interesting stories. Just wondering, you seen any people come through here? Maybe some strange things happen?
People. There were a few men that came through a bit ago. Looked like some city folk asking to go to the ranger station. Hitched a ride on a wagon. As far as odd, though, there was this really big bang that came from the mountains. Smoke reached as high as far as you could see. Had this odd glow to it. Real crazy. Folks went to the tower afterward, but they were turned away by a few of the rangers.
A few rangers? Get any of their names?
Come to think of it, no, I don't think anyone did.
They say anything? They do anything?
No, just said stay out the area for another week or so. We did. Not sure for what, though.
Has anyone been up there since?
Not that I know of. Could have been.
Well, shoot. Any chance we could hitch a ride over there?
Good Lord. Another Tuesday. Another week. Oh, praise God. And with the early part of this week, Tuesday, as it should be, as it ought to be, I want to take this time yet again to say thank you to everybody. If you're listening to the show, if you're telling friends about the show, if you're supporting us on Patreon, if you're in the Discord, if you've bought a shirt or a hat or a coffee mug or stickers or something at some point in time, or if you've just, clicked on a link somewhere or scanned a QR code and you didn't follow the instructions. It says Chapter 2, Episode 21, and you're just, I'm going to start there. I'm going to start there. Why? Why are you starting here? Why did you listen to the whole thing with no context? I'm sure nobody's actually done this. I hope nobody's actually done this. I don't know. I've sent this show to people before, like friends and coworkers and Discord gaming buddies, and been like, hey, check out the show. And they're like, yeah, I started listening to it, but it's just like people talking. I didn't get it. And I'm like, what do you mean you didn't get it? And it turned out they started listening to the show and like halfway through, and it's like, brother, sister, it says Chapter 2, Episode 10. Like, what are you doing? Like, start at the beginning. What are you doing? Anyway, I'm so sorry. Apologies for the episode being a little bit shorter. Time was a little tight this week, and Sadesky had a birthday to attend, and at a Texas steakhouse, and we're all like, oh my god, we gotta go, stay on track, we gotta go. So we just get, and then we just whipped through the episode, as quick as we needed to, so that he could go get his Texas Roadhouse with the special birthday person. But either way, news. Do I have news? The Patreon stuff is coming along good. Looking for a August release date is kind of what we're thinking. We'll have the first episode of the Dungeons and Dragons show done and ready to go. I know episode 2 is just about ready, and we're going to be releasing that monthly. The old Parasol offline, we have a couple of those recorded and ready to go. The bloopers reel, I think I mentioned this already. I've got that coming along pretty good. Some events, some fun events that we'll have in the Discord. I mean, movie nights, there's a movie I've been itching. I've been scratching to rewatch, and that would be Videodrome. There's a fella at work that I've borrowed movies with him a couple of times. I borrowed him Eraserhead. He borrowed me, what was it? City of the Damned or something. And then he borrowed me Superman 2, and I borrowed him Videodrome, and he just fucking hated Videodrome. He hated it. I don't get it, because he liked Eraserhead. How can you like Eraserhead but then hate Videodrome? I love Videodrome. It's one of my I shouldn't say it's one of my favorites, because I love film and books and storytelling, but it's one of those movies. I'm like, hey, you ever seen this before, dude? Everybody's heard of The Thing. Right? Or movies like that. Evil Dead, Hereditary, whatever. But how many people? I feel like anybody I ever ask, have you ever seen this? They've never seen it. Anyway, so, God, I'm sorry, I got so sidetracked. One of the things that we'll do at the $10 tier is private, intimate, in the
Locked room.
Once a month things. So watching movies together, playing games together, whether that be like a board game or a video game or a Videodrome. No, I'm kidding. But anyway, yeah, we'll have things like that. And I think the first one we'll just keep it nice and smooth. I'll make some popcorn and we'll just watch a movie. Talk about the movie. Shit, why not? We'll talk about the movie too. Would you just watch it? You imagine you have a private event with somebody you're subscribed to, and then it's just muted the whole time. He just muted the whole time. He's like, yeah, I put on the movie, and then he just mutes himself. And then he's like, wow, a great movie. And then he fucking leaves. No, we won't be doing that. None of us are, we're actual human beings instead of the fucking shill assholes that, mommy and daddy bought their way onto Twitch. But anyway, neither here nor there. Love you all very, very much. And I hope that everything you need comes to you this week, and that the sun looks just a little bit brighter through the clouds. And we'll talk next week.